and we wish them the best of luck as they go out there and do their best in the semi-final against New Zealand. Well, turning our attention again to social workers here in South Africa. The late former President Nelson Mandela approached the Howard University in the United States in Washington to educate the South African black child. This request has resulted in an institution creating programs to have South African students. Now, the Department of Social Development has also partnered with Howard University to have assistance when it comes to giving skills to the social workers here in the country. Well, to talk more about this, we are joined by Dr. Jean Bailey from Howard University in the US. It's good to have you on Morning Live. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here.
Good. It's lovely to have you and see you again. Now, the partnership between South Africa and Howard University, as I said, going back to a very, very long history with former President Nelson Mandela's request. What programs have you got for South African students available?
Yes, well, when President Mandela, for his first stop after being released in prison, the first university was to come to Howard University because Howard had been very active in the anti-apartheid movement. So he came to Howard and received an honorary degree, and he asked Howard to work together with South Africa and Howard to eliminate the ravages of racism, because we both had experienced similar challenges, and to work together to address this problem both in the U.S. as well as in South Africa. Yeah. So we established the Howard South Africa Project with the Board of Trustees and the President, Swigert, at that time. We've had a lot of different programs, especially in the area of substance abuse, crime, violence, and education. Yeah. We had a major conference in Cape Town in 2000. It was called Substance Abuse, Crime, Violence, and HIV/AIDS as Consequences of Poverty, and what kinds of strategies that had been implemented in South Africa, in the U.S., that we could use going forward to begin to address it on a more massive scale. And since then, we've worked together in many, many capacities. We had a partnership with the University of the Western Cape, where we helped to establish a program, a master's program in human development, which is now being actually implemented in the School of Social Work at the University of the Western Cape.
Well, that's what I really want to ask you, is the partnership between Howard and the Department of Social Development when it comes to social workers. What does it entail? How does that work?
Well, one of the areas that is the new focus in the U.S. of social work is more prevention and education, working with families. I'm very excited about the fact that the Department of Social Development has adopted a new program in the area of early education, and we would be working with them to help to implement this program, working with families and children, training early childhood providers, daycare providers, and to help them become more skilled in the areas that are necessary to develop, and also in parenting, as well as educating in nutrition and other areas of child development.
Just finally and very quickly, I mean, we're talking about numbers of 19,500 social workers here in South Africa. Yes. How bad is the backlog? Is that, in comparison to other countries, very bad?
Well, I actually am not as familiar with the statistics with regards to the number of social workers, but we know that there is a need, a great need, to address the issues related to poverty, and especially the intergenerational poverty. So we have to begin with the family, training the family, working with the children, so that we would have long-term benefits.
All right, Dr. Jean Bailey, thank you very much for talking to us here on the program. From Howard University, partnership with the Department of Social Development, trying to help social workers in the country. Well, that brings us to the end of our broadcast here on SABC2. Thank you for watching. Channel 404, there is another hour of Morning Live available to you. And again, good luck to the Proteas. They're looking good. 239 for 4. That's what it stands at right now. Shap, shap. Ek tadai, everyone. See you tomorrow. God bless.